This is a video tour for 213 Caw Court. As you can see, we are on a dead end here. And your road for this property goes to the south. And I'm standing out on the walkway right now. And you can hear the train in the distance here. Trains are pretty active in North Lawrence, and so I do think that that is something that you would hear relatively frequently. 3D composition roof, which looks really good overall. Quick view of the front of the house. The siding all looks pretty good. It's very clean. It's super cute. Somebody definitely took care of this property. So walking into the front here, you come in on this little like covered area, which is nice. So stepping inside the house, you step into a small entryway. Looking directly in front of me is the coat closet, and then to my right is open concept living room into kitchen dining room area. Vaulted ceiling here in the living room. You'll notice that they have painted cement for the flooring throughout this property, which is an interesting choice. I mean, easy to cover with carpet or, you know, a wood look laminate or some other hard surface if you don't love the look of the concrete. So directly in front of me, here's a quick view of the coat closet, and you can see they put this little bench in here for shoes. We're gonna go to my right first. On the right are 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So this is bedroom number 1, and just for reference, this faces the front of the house, and the front of the house faces east. So smaller bedroom, again, same cement floor here. You've got a little bit of a seat on the edge of that window, and the windows look to be double pane and vinyl cased. You definitely, it looks like you need paint in this room. I mean, you can see where they just painted over some wording. And it's just, they patched different places, and that could use some work. Okay, so opening up the closet, pretty standard size closet here. Okay. You've got a knockdown ceiling texture inside of this closet, and this wall is actually a flat texture, which is interesting. Knockdown on the ceiling as well. Okay, so view down the hallway, and to my right is a little bit of a linen closet, and you can see that they've got some food stored in here, which would make me feel like they probably felt lacking with storage in the kitchen. Continuing to walk down this hallway, again to my right is a little linen closet. And it does seem to rub on the edges here where you can see the paint's rubbed off, and that's just because they've attached this system to it. And so it kind of hits the side of the door when it closes a little bit. Okay, so turning to my left, this door definitely had like a hole or something in it. It looks like they wood puttied it and then painted over. It doesn't show up super bad in person. Okay, so washer and dryer in this room, and you do have some cabinets for storage. And this washer and dryer unit comes out, you know, decently far, but these doors do get just barely shut in front of them there. Okay. So at the very end of the hallway is bedroom number 2, and I would say this is probably the smallest of the bedrooms, but only slightly smaller than the one in the front that we saw first. There is no fan in this room, just a light. Closet here is also a very standard size sort of closet, but they did build in some little shelves there. Okay. This window faces west and faces out the back of the property, which we'll take a closer look at here in a minute. So then headed back out of the hallway, and before I leave, to my left is the bathroom. So single sink there in the bathroom. And it is a bathtub shower insert situation here, window in the bathroom as well as a fan. Bathtub looks really in good condition, very clean. Closer up at the vanity here. Also looks in, you know, pretty good condition. Okay. So then coming out of this bathroom, and we're gonna head back towards the front door and ultimately the living room. So this gives you a little bit better reference for that front entryway. And then we're gonna pan around to the living room so you can see that. Into the kitchen. So currently they still have a TV attached to the wall here. And as you head into the dining room space, you can see they've got a ceiling fan. And it looks out onto a sunroom that they have as their back porch, which we'll take a look at here in a little bit too. Formica countertops, darker wood for the cabinets, but again, very clean. All the appliances except for the dishwasher match, and they match the sink. You've got this extra deep sink here that's black, and then the dishwasher is stainless steel and looks to be newer. So I would guess that they replaced the dishwasher more recently. Fridge has a couple little dings in it, but overall seems to be holding up pretty well. Okay, so while we're back here, let's go ahead and just go into the backyard and the sunroom. Okay, so stepping out into the sunroom, and you have cement here on the floor, and I would guess at some point they had screens in here. Right now there are no screens, so it's basically like a covered patio right now, but it would be, I mean, they're definitely lined in a way. See that overhang where you could nestle a screen in here easier? So if you wanted to turn it into an actual sunroom instead of just like a covered porch, it would be a pretty easy process. And I'm sure that's what it was at one point, because you can see the screen on the door here. So different siding on the back of the house than was on the front. This is a press board sort of siding, which it was also a press board type of siding on the front, but just a different material generally. And again, looks pretty good. I mean, the trim all looks pretty white. I would guess that this had been painted relatively recently. Otherwise, the trim wouldn't look so white. They've got some rock lining by the foundation here, which looks really nice. And the backyard's got a retaining wall, like, you know, retaining wall sort of planting beds that they built in along this brick. And so you have a brick kind of patio that they created. You can see the little walkway stones going around the side of the house and some raised beds here for gardening. They buried the drain line and put rock here, which again looks really nice. A little bit more of the patio here and the planted flowers. And this is all very cute and pretty. My concern is they used railroad ties directly in the ground to create this sort of retaining wall. And the problem with that is wood is not made to be put into the ground like this, and eventually it's going to rot. That's what wood does when you put it in the ground like this. And so it looks pretty good right now. You're starting to see sections of rotten things. I mean, you can see where little mushrooms are starting to grow in there from the moisture. So it's going to hold up for, you know, a while, but eventually this is going to have to be addressed at some point. So here's a view of the side of the house, and you can see they've got a satellite dish there on the side as well as the AC system, but generally just a walkway from that privacy fence entrance there. And then you have this whole shed on the back of the house. So they created this fenced area, and again, you can see, I mean, they've got like some step down pallets and stuff in this area. And this shed seems to be up on posts. You can see that from the back. I think I might have to unlock this. No? Okay. All right, so shed here in the back. So this was opening door number 1, and it looks like this is just storage on this side. So Not a very big area on this side of the shed, but there's a second door, and I'm gonna guess the second door opens to a larger section. It is wired electrically, so you can see the lights and stuff in there. Okay, so little planter, and now we're gonna open up the second door. Yep, okay, opened right up, that's good. So little shed back here. This was obviously being used as a work shed. You've got lighting, you've got a heater, you have a fan that they've put in, an AC system, wall system they put in. So clearly, you know, being used as some kind of shop. In really good condition, and I think somebody could use this shop for a very, very long time and be really happy with it. So again, edge of the fencing here kind of comes along the back of the yard. And you can see the posts and boards that they have holding up the bottom of this. The cutout on the AC is a little rough. There's a bit of a gap there that I think should probably be covered just so critters don't get into it. But beyond that, it all just looks really good overall. Okay, so now we're gonna run back inside so that you can see the master bedroom, which is really the last piece. I just saw there seems to be a board here. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if there's like a hole that they boarded over, or if maybe they had a fan up there at one point. Okay. Okay, so back inside the house. And now we're gonna go take a look at the master. So headed that direction before we hit the actual master is the entrance to the garage. And again, I just want to point out there's a little bit of damage, it looks like, to this door that they just kind of patched. Okay. Garage space. Okay. So just, you know, standard 2-car garage. Electric opener there. And you've got the furnace and the water heater out here in the garage. Okay. Electrical panel. So back inside the property, and then directly forward is going to be into the master. So you can see you've got a closet here in the master, some shelves on the wall. So master is the biggest room in the property and also faces the backyard. So walking directly forward here, we'll see you have a bit of a step-in closet is what I would call this once it was all full. Okay. And then around the shelving comes into the master bath. So master bath has the same vanity as the other bathroom that we saw, but more counter space. And then again, you have a sort of bathtub shower insert situation here, and bathtub looks really good. Oh, that's interesting. They put the toilet paper on the back of the door. Okay, that's it. Oh, no, look at that. So crack in this window. Bless me. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see at this angle. There you go. You can see the crack in that window. So that window really needs to be replaced. But that's it. I mean, very clean house. So let us know what you think.